Okay, 7 o'clock. We made it. We're on time. Boom. Suck it, nerds. All right. I'm not always late every time for everyone's favorite morning show, Wake Up and Barca. Good morning to all of my fellow Cules, Mandox, Levi. How we doing? How we doing? All right, friends. We're going to get this party started. Who knows what we're going to talk about? We'll talk about Messi contract. We'll talk about the Pi contract. We'll talk about some of the performances for the Barcelona players in their international clubs. And then we'll see what else pops up. All right? We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a nice morning. Let's start things off the right way.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
All right, let's get going on the chat. Mandox coming in with some Espanol this morning. Habla Espanol. Hablo un poquito español. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. Estoy cansado, pero muy bien. ¿Y tú? Levi, how we doing? How we doing? Feeling patriotic today, huh? Are you feeling patriotic? Or are you asking me if I'm feeling patriotic? Scotland versus England. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What time is that match? Because you know what, Levi? 3 o'clock? Levi, we might do it. We might do it, buddy. We might do a watch party for that. I think the stars might align. Tell you what, in the next 3-ish hours, I will decide. So I'll let people know if we're going to be doing a watch party. There's a good chance we're going to do a watch party for England versus Scotland. See what happens. Let's go. Ayush, you got a notification that the stream's going to start in 30 minutes? That's no bueno. That should not be occurring. Let me jump on my channel real quick. Did anybody else get the same notification? Anyway, good morning. Good morning. Carl, hello. I also think it's shit. I am this close to posting my kit review for this year. I talked about it on Wednesday's stream, so I clipped that, and then I just got lazy, and I did not post it. So that's coming up here shortly. Kyle Cash, good morning. Brandall, you should have been here Wednesday, my friend. We talked all about it. Like I just said, I'll post the video for those of you that did not come and hang out Wednesday morning for the kit review. No big deal. Yes, Ayush got that party started. So we'll be posting that video. You can leave all your comments, do all the things. See what happens. I think I am Ayush. I don't know why you're pointing that out. You trying to make me feel old, bro? So yeah, just to reiterate, I mean, the home kit I'm real iffy about. I get what they're doing with the crest kind of mirrored on the front, but it has different colors for a reason. When you do it all in the same two shades, it just doesn't come out looking right. I forgot we started that. Yep. You guys, absolutely. I can go by Mustache John, Stash, Uncle John, Uncle Good Times. I'm sure I'm missing some nicknames. I get a lot of nicknames over the years. So yeah, if you're like Ayush and you're like 16 years old and you know that I'm way older than that, yes, you can absolutely call me Uncle John or Uncle Good Times. Hazries, good morning. Good morning. Anyway, back to the kit. I don't want to say it's horrendous. It's not the worst kit that we've had. I get what they were going for. I think they missed it. I like the purple kit a little bit more. It's nice. It's subtle. Hey, you take it easy, Hazries. I'm not that old. All right, 33 is not that old. It's nice. It's subtle. The third kit with the blue, that's a little bit more like if you've ever been to Barcelona, that kit feels like Barcelona to me in terms of the artistic style. So I can't see me getting a home kit. I might get that purple kit though, and maybe the blue just to hang up in the background. Ooh, might be. Alemu, of course I do. You were here just a few days ago, dude. How you been? Carl, you don't like the away kit either? That nice subtle purple? Here, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up so everybody knows what we're talking about. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Barcelona 22 kit. Boom, 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 boom. See what we got. See what we got. Of course, I have to show you what I'm looking at. All right. So let's line them up, folks. This one here is the home kit. Hopefully this will just show us all three on this web pages here. Nope, of course not. Of course not. Let's zoom in. All right, so this is the home kit. It's not awful. It's not awful. It's not the worst that we've seen. Purple is the royal color, which is funny because I think it used to be in the Liga, you had to be one of the royal clubs to wear purple, which is Real Madrid, Real Valladolid. I think I'm missing one or two others. So for Barcelona to be wearing purple for their second kit, which I will show you here now, is pretty dope. All right, I think this is what we were looking at before. That's a pretty wild kit. Yeah, this is the website we were on before. So home kit, away kit. I don't hate that. It's nice. It's subtle. I think we're going to look sharp in that one. And then this guy, bit of a wild card, but the pattern on the background with the blue, the pink trim with a little bit of black on the edge there. Not too shabby, my friends. Not too shabby. What do you guys think of it? I think I did home kit 5.4, and I rated the away kit an 8, and the third kit a 7.2, something like that. I don't think the away kit or the third kit are official yet, but I could be wrong. Why don't we go to Barcelona's website? Let's do that. Let's see what they got on their web pages. That might tell us. That might give us a clue. Let's go to the shop. Hey boys, you're getting rowdy. They got new toys. I need to start making videos of the dogs, giving them new toys. I'm just gonna say I'm in Belgium because otherwise you're gonna be like, oh well, you can't look at this. Yeah, I can't get Barcelona stuff here in America. Straight from their store. They only ship to Europe. So, hey, if anybody's living in Europe and you want to get me a Barcelona jersey and ship it here in America yourself, please feel free. I'm going to say that because this is the only one on the website, I'm going to say the purple kit and the blue kit are not yet confirmed. That's what I'm going to go with. That's what I'm thinking. All right, what have I missed in the chat? What have I missed? Man, the good thing and bad thing. The more people we get in here, the harder it is to keep on the chat. Keep up with the chat, I should say. Lebo, good morning, good morning. Well, yeah, listen, it's morning where I am. So it's kind of wake up in Barca is kind of relevant to my timeline, I guess. I know some people it's like 4 in the morning or earlier. Oh, no shit. Kyle Cash coming in with the fun facts. On this day, Carles Puyol. Love you. He didn't die. I just love him. I don't know why I pointed up to the sky. On this day, Carles Puyol made his Barca B debut. Incredible career. Right after that. Referee, good morning to you. Brandall saying it is going to be the second kit he's referring to, the away kit, is going to be purple, but it won't look like that exactly. They actually leaked it before deleting the video. I don't know. Ayush, it's 4:39. That's weird that you guys have a half an hour difference in there. Hey, boys. Hey. Puyol's getting pretty territorial. Hang on a second. Hey. You need to stop, sweetie pie. You're getting way too loud. Too loud. You need to stop. I love you very much. That's a little dog parenting, you guys. You got to do it. You know, you got to lay down the law on occasion. Anyway, yes, it's strange that there's a half hour. Like usually it's all hours. So how many time zones are in India? Kyle Cash, I haven't said that yet. Let's jump into that first. So Ronald Koeman has said that all parties are assuming it's a done deal. I'm not going to sit here and say that listen, I think it's going to happen, right? 99.99999% chance it's going to happen, but I'm still feeling the burn from Wijnaldum, okay? So until he shows up, gets a medical, and actually signs, I'm not going to celebrate. I'm not going to do it. I've learned my lesson. I even said it. I was saying it with Aguero, like, hey, let's wait. Whatever, it happened. And then Wijnaldum, for some reason, I just didn't take my own advice. Hook, line, and sinker. I was ready for that one. Ugh. It's okay. It's okay. I'm over it. I'm fine. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Anyway, Memphis Depay. I want to play for Ronald Koeman. That was 2 days ago. Let's click on news, see if there's anything. 3 hours ago, Rio Ferdinand explains why Memphis Depay failed at Manchester United. Ooh. Hot takes. No, I don't want any of your cookies, bro. Let's see here. Rio Ferdinand, Manchester United legend, by the way, believes that Memphis Depay transfer to Manchester United may have come too early in his career, believing the Dutchman has since matured. Hey now, that's good news for Barcelona fans. Depay left United January 2017, less than 2 years after signing in a 25 million euro move from PSV Eindhoven. As a 21-year-old, he made just 16 league starts for United, 53 appearances in all, scoring just 7 goals after being heralded as a huge talent when Louis van Gaal brought him into Manchester. So I agree with Rio Ferdinand's assessment there. I think it's a big jump to go from PSV to Man United, particularly as a 21-year-old. He's now 27. He's been playing in Ligue 1, which granted is not the world's most competitive league, but it is a step up from the Dutch Eredivisie. So good signs there. I agree with Rio Ferdinand's assessment, and I do agree with Fabrizio Romano's Instagram. Although I do think that he said, "Here we go for Wijnaldum to Barcelona." So I'm just saying. Yes, indeed. All hail Captain Puyol, my man. Levi, you won't even be here for England Scotland if I do a watch along. Come on, dude. That was going to be just for you. Good boy. You're doing so good. You want to go get your bone? Go get your bone. Yeah, you're doing so good. Go get a toy. Go get your toy. Go ahead, baby. OG feels bad now because I told him that they were being too loud. Ligue 1. Am I not saying it right? I'm pretty sure that's how you're supposed to say it. Pretty sure that's dead on. What else? Yeah, referee. Yeah, PSG could come in and be like, "Oh, Depay, just kidding. We'll double your salary also." I'm about to put my hair up in a ponytail. It's so goddamn long right now. Van de Beek would be good. I feel like you said that before, and I did not see any news on that. Van de Beek, Barcelona. Okay, now we got something. Cool. You were just ahead of the game, apparently. Well done, Vipula. So Donny Van de Beek wants Barcelona switch. Before I even read on, yes, please. I know that we don't want to turn Barcelona into the Dutch national team. I get that. But at the same time, we need someone who's a little bit more defensive but can still go box to box. If it's not Wijnaldum, maybe it's Donny Van de Beek, who could use a fresh start, who's got no playing time at Barcelona. Excuse me. Did Emerson actually debut? Let's jump over that real quick. By the way, good morning to you, Black. How you been? If I could type. My goodness, if I could type. Emerson, debut, Barcelona. What do we got? I don't think we got it yet. Has he actually debuted? Is he being debuted? I'm not seeing any of this. That was 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 weeks, an hour ago. Yeah, he's with Brazil right now, bro. They just played last night. I don't think he's getting debuted anywhere. Dutch talent shining, French talent not. I don't know. Griezmann's doing okay, right? He's just, I really think Griezmann's looking for a move. I think Griezmann is not having fun at Barcelona. I don't think he feels supported. I don't think he feels loved. And then he goes over to the French national team where he feels both of those things in abundance. And now he's thinking, you know what? Maybe I don't want to be at Barcelona. Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I didn't make the right move. Maybe I should go to PSG where I'll be surrounded by French national fans who will love me and support me as they do on the French national team. Maybe he's thinking that. I don't know. Maybe Dembele and Griezmann go to PSG with a bunch of cash and Mbappe comes to Barcelona. I don't know. Maybe that maybe that happens, folks. Oh, he debuted for the Brazilian national team. I'm a dum-dum. It's a little early, Black. It's a little early. I appreciate you clarifying. I watched the last, 25 minutes, I think, of the match last night between Brazil and Peru. Didn't see a lot. Didn't see a lot of it. So I really honestly couldn't speak on it. Let's jump back to Donny van de Beek, my friends. Carl saying Ricky Puig is better than who? Van de Beek? Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Let's see. TikTok's banned in India. Did not know that. I did just start a TikTok, by the way. I think I've shared just about everything on the YouTube channel, though. So if you're not following me on there, you're not missing out on much. It's really just to grab a different audience, see if we can bring folks in here. Yeah, there's still Delict that could be a possibility for us. Unlikely, but a possibility. Let's see what else we got going on here. Would Pulisic fit in at Barcelona? I would say not right now. Not right now. Perhaps when Messi leaves, because Pulisic is also one of those players that it really does need to flow through him. And I think Pulisic, we're learning, is at best at a number 10 position, right in the middle of the pitch. He can play left, he can play right. You've seen that at Chelsea, but for the U.S. men's national team in particular, when you see him at the number 10 spot, that's really where he shines. He's almost untouchable when he's that midfield outlet. If you play too close, he's going to turn you. If you give him time and space to receive the ball, turn, and pick his head up, he's going to run at you and he's going to burn you. Very talented player, youngster, 21, 22, something like that. Lots of potential. You know who I want to see at Barcelona, though? More than anybody else. And you guys have heard me say this before. You're going to hear me say it again. Wesson McKennie. He is the solution to Barcelona's midfield. He's got grit. He's got physicality, passion, determination. He can play both sides of the ball, box to box. He can score goals. He can defend them. He'll get stuck in on tackles. He'll play beautiful passes. Wesson McKennie to Barcelona. You heard it here first. There's no rumors. It's not going to happen, but that is the solution. I would love to see Pulisic come and join his fellow American Dest, and for now, Conrad, who might be going to Marseille. I would love it. Gio Reyna would be another one. He might be a good fit, but Wesson McKennie, guys, I'm telling you, we're going to watch some Juventus matches this year. That's what we're going to do. We're gonna do watch-alongs for some Juventus matches, so you all get to see Wesson McKennie tearing up Serie A, leading Juventus to probably a title this year if they actually start him for every match. That was the problem. That's why Juventus was struggling. They didn't start Wesson McKennie enough. Clear as day. Camavinga isn't coming. Yeah, I don't think Camavinga's coming. There's been really no reports of that. Pulisic can go left and go right. He turns defenders to shite. Nice. I like that. Is that one of his songs, or is that just a general song in England that I am not familiar with or haven't heard before. When football was still in the COVID lockdown, Christian was fired. Yeah, what did they call that? Whatever the return was. I need to wash my hair, my goodness. Whatever the return was, Project Restart, whatever they called it, Pulisic came back, tore it up. What's up, Elias? How we doing? Or Elias, sorry. Depending on what country you're from. I'm assuming with the U.S. flags, you're American, so I'm going to go with Elias. How we doing? Dest is really American. You perhaps don't know what it means to be American, being that you are not American, but Dest is 100% American. I just described a young... Well, yeah, I would say, listen, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that Weston McKennie is DeYoung. I'll say that Weston McKennie is a similar mold, but a bit more defensive and not as fast. I'll say that. But Frankie DeYoung is way better than Weston McKennie. Don't get it confused. I'm not saying that McKennie's as good as DeYoung. I'm saying that Weston McKennie is cut from a similar mold, but a bit more on the defensive side and would fit in beautifully at Barcelona. Beautifully. Alemu has been hearing that Coutinho is about to leave Barcelona for Leicester City. Possibly, I heard Leicester City, I heard Everton. It's going to be a long summer, you guys. A lot of these transfer rumors actually aren't going to work themselves out until after the international tournaments. So we might have to wait another 30, 45 days for some of these to actually happen. I think Coutinho would definitely fit in well at Leicester, Everton, any of those mid to upper level clubs at the English Premier League. I still hope that we keep him just for a little bit. I want one more year with him. Why don't I ever do watch along for Argentina games? I am honestly just struggling to align my schedule with the Copa America matches and the Euros right now. I'm at just kind of a busy period with a couple other things that I'm involved with, so I'm struggling to get those matches in, but we will get some in, don't you worry. As we get into like the quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, we'll be here for all of those. What else we got? The transfers are coming after Depay signing. We'll see. Gattuso got sacked. Well, I think Gattuso left. I don't know if he got sacked. I saw that, and then he was apparently negotiating with Tottenham there for a little bit. If you are following the reports from Fabrizio Romano, swap Coutinho for Ndidi. Ooh, Vipula. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, Vipula. That's a good idea. Wow. This is why I love this community, guys. This is why I love this community, all right? Because, yes, I'm the primary one giving opinions and whatnot, and you guys ask a lot of questions, but you all have your opinions too. You all have your insights as well. You all are coming in with some experienced knowledge. I love it. That's the move. Swap Coutinho for Ndidi. Why haven't we seen that? Why have not we thought of this before? Oh my goodness, Vipula. Genius. Someone tell me why that wouldn't work out for both clubs. Leicester might have a little bit of a problem with it, but they're not going to be in Champions League next year, and Ndidi, 25 years old, I believe, wants to take that step, wants to be in the top competitions. I was just saying I don't want to give up Coutinho, but if you give me a swap for Ndidi, points to Vipula. Let's go. Maybe we do have to give Leicester a little bit of cash for it. Perhaps. Maybe there's some incentive-based, financial bolstering to that deal. But tell me what's wrong with that. If you're Barcelona, I think you love it. I think if you're Leicester, you'll think about it. It all comes down to if Ndidi has at all been speaking to the Leicester back office about, hey, it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to get out of here. If that ball has been rolling at all, and then Barcelona comes in and we're like, hey, we'll take Ndidi, plus you guys get Coutinho, and some cash. Balance things out a little bit. Let's go. I'm hoping Coutinho stays with us because wherever he goes, we'll probably have to pay some of his wages anyway. And we have not seen Coutinho play in a central mid position for Barcelona. We've only seen him play on the left wing, which isn't actually his preferred position. So I want to see him in this new Ronald Koeman 3-back where he gets to play center mid and has a lot more freedom to move up the pitch. Tielemans, another one. Honestly, I would take him at Barcelona if he was available. There might be a few players at Leicester that leave now that they failed to reach the Champions League. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Prime Suarez or Prime Lewandowski. I'll take Prime Suarez, to be honest, if we're going for Barcelona. Cow Cash going Lewandowski. I mean, listen, if I'm starting a club, do I take Lewandowski? Perhaps. But if I'm looking at like Barcelona right now, I would take Prime Suarez over Prime Louis. And I say that just because I think Suarez is a little bit more capable of creating something out of nothing. I think Lewandowski needs to be set up for the goals. Ayush, I believe you said to bring Ndidi in, but if I'm giving credit where credit is due, I believe the first one to bring up swap Coutinho for Ndidi was Vipula. You were saying early on to grab Ndidi. Hot Pep has a problem with the 3-back formation, says it is not the right way for Barca. Not all games they should use that. Sure, not for every game. Not for every game. I'm glad that it's an option for us. Reports are saying that Laporta wants Koeman to switch back to an attacking 4-3-3 anyway. So we may end up seeing that. It may be that that this whole 3-back experiment is scrapped. But the fact that, listen, halfway through the season, it was looking like Barcelona was going to have 0 trophies for the year. We were about to get knocked out of Copa del Rey. We were about to get knocked out of Champions League, which we ended up getting knocked out, but whatever. And we were in like 7th place in the Liga. Then Ronald Koeman goes, "Hang on, let me fix some things here." Comes up with this 3-back formation, 5 across the midfield. Everyone on the pitch starts playing better. He starts getting the best out of players like Serginho Dest, Dembele, Griezmann, Busquets starts stepping up in that defensive mid role. De Jong, of course, had an amazing season all year long, but he starts getting better. So I'm not saying that that's what we should stick with moving forward. I'm not saying that that's ideal, but the fact that Ronald Koeman was able to work that out and he was able to find some success with the current personnel, you got to give him credit for that, folks. I think you really do. Kimmich is happy in Germany. I would think so, right? I don't think there's been any reports of Kimmich leaving. Prime Ozil underrated. Yes, Prime Ozil is underrated. We're going all over the place on this one, folks. Prime Ozil is underrated. Just super inconsistent. Oh, that's what we can talk about. We did not talk about Ramos leaving. Oh my goodness, folks. Well, listen. In all honesty, tip of the cap to a worthy opponent, one of the dirtiest players in football. Someone who I have shouted at maybe more than most humans on earth. Someone who I have cursed out definitely more than most humans on earth. Sergio Ramos, club legend, Los Blancos captain. Farewell, sir. Very interested to see where he goes. Some people are saying PSG. Some people are saying Man City. I would like to see him go to Man City. I think that would be funny. Being coached under Pep Guardiola. Can you guys see it? I don't know. Where do you guys think Ramos is going to go? I am gonna come up with a little tribute to Ramos. If you guys do follow the my TikTok videos, you'll see there's a little teaser in there. I'm gonna kind of blow that out a little bit. Dennis Thorne, what's up, buddy? You might get him. You might get a Spanish legend, Sergio Ramos. Some people were saying that he's going to go back to Sevilla. He said outright, absolutely no Sevilla. Somebody brought up he might go to Barcelona, and it was like, absolutely not. Get out of here. He said there's not even a chance. Who's better, John's mustache or Ramos's beard? Come on now. We all know that. We don't even need to ask that question, I don't think. Yeah, we may have to do a Ramos career review where we do a little watch party just watching his highlights and all of his red cards at some point. That's very possible, Ayush, but I also think that Pep Guardiola is, he can compartmentalize that enough because he's had Spanish players that are not Catalonian, I believe, like David Silva, perhaps. Was David Silva more Catalonian or Spanish? I forget where his origins are from. But that's one, for example. Jesus Navas, I think, is another example. So he's had some Spanish players that I think are not Catalonian. David Villa, yeah. Pep Guardiola is not going to let Spanish politics get in the way of a Champions League trophy. You know what I mean? If he brings in someone like Sergio Ramos, I'm not saying they even need a center back, but just to bring in somebody with the experience of winning Champions League that many times. You got to give credit where credit is due, you guys. They had an incredible run with Cristiano Ronaldo there. There is a strong possibility of PSG. I think those are the top two. I could see him going to Italy though. An Inter Milan that might fit. Inter Milan, AC Milan. I can't see him at Juventus. They've already got aging center backs. But I don't know. I'm not surprised to hear that from Kevin De Bruyne, that he prefers assists to goals. He's a creative midfield player. Ronaldo, Ramos, and Zidane all at PSG? Maybe. Poach said he wants to leave? Really? Let's look into that. Let's get a little display up. Pochettino to leave PSG. Full report behind a paywall, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow. Pochettino has asked sporting director Leonardo and PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi to be released from his contract, which initially ran to the end of 2022, but he has since reportedly been extended to the end of 22-23. Is he trying to go back to Tottenham? Are they going to be like, yo, we're so sorry, come back? What do you guys think's happening with that? If Alba didn't join Madrid, do I think he would be a great card in the starting 11 for Barcelona? I don't know, dude. I don't think he starts over Jordi Alba. And then on top of that, Serginho Dest now is showing that he can play on the left-hand side. We've seen him do that for the U.S. men's national team a few times. Black said, saw De Ligt play and reminds me of how much you want him to partner with Araujo. Listen, if we had De Ligt and Araujo, I don't hate that combination at all. In fact, I would say I'm a big fan. But I'm okay with Araujo and Mingueza and potentially Garcia as well as kind of our rotating three. I'm not giving up on Langley. I'm not giving up on Langley yet. I think that's still a possibility. So, very interesting report there that Poach does want to leave. Yeah, he can play center back or defensive mid, sure, but why not just sign a center back or a defensive mid instead of signing a left back who can play those positions? Yep. Agreed, Kyle. Agreed. I don't know. I think Pochettino might be trying to make a move back to what's it called? Back to Tottenham. I think that's very possible. PK still has one more season. He missed a fair amount of time this year with injuries. So he's probably got one more season, sure. But I would not rely on PK and Busquets to be consistent starters this year. It's Barcelona or Barcelona, but sometimes when I see Barca, I call it Barca. It happens, all right? We're Americans. We're allowed to mispronounce words. That's our God-given right. When you're born in the freest land on earth, you get to say whatever words you want, however you want to say them. So there you go. FV, we already talked about the new kits earlier, so I don't want to make everybody go through that again, but I am going to be putting up a clip of my review from Wednesday's show. So look for that here in just a little bit. Levi, you can't even argue with me about it. It's a God-given right. It's inarguable. Listen, and I didn't even make up that rule. You know what I mean? I was born into it. So, I'm as shackled to it as everybody else. It's not something, it's a gift and a curse. You know what I mean? With great power comes great responsibility. So being, born in the greatest and freest country ever, with the responsibility of being able to just make up words and opinions on a dime like that, it's a lot of responsibility, You guys know I'm just fucking around. I love you guys. But we are the freest. We are the freest country ever. Yeah, exactly, Levi. It's written in the Constitution. It's one of the what do they call it? It's one of the little fine prints in there in the Constitution. Thorne gets it. Kyle Cash gets it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Hot Pep, what's my thought on Fati? Ooh, I am super excited for Ansu Fati coming back with his new Coolio haircut. Let me show you guys. Ansu Fati 2022 kit. Let's get some images. Where is he at? Why are we not seeing? Come on. They just put him out. Here we go. Here it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, I don't want notifications. Get out of here. I want to zoom in on this picture is what I want to do. Zoom, 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 zoom. There we go. Oh, it's still pretty small for you guys. I'll make it bigger. Hang on. There we go. Ansu Fati and Ricky Puig. Look at that. Ricky Puig, he's not going anywhere, guys. Ricky Puig isn't going anywhere. You don't stand next to La Presidente and Ansu Fati if you're not the future of the club. Let's go. Freedom costs $1.05. Oh, that's awesome. Did Fati get taller? Probably. We saw him during the ages of like 18 to 19, I think. So he's actually still growing. Quite possibly. So look at those braids though, you guys. Loving it. So to get back to the question, yes, I am very excited about Ansu Fati. I think that he would have gotten the Pichichi Award last year had he been healthy for the entire season. I think we would have had a much more successful campaign. I think we would have gotten the domestic double, winning La Liga on top of Copa del Rey, which we did win. So I think Ansu Fati makes the difference for us. I think Ansu Fati comes in, he plays on that left wing. Sometimes he plays striker, depending on the formation, depending on the tactics. But I think that when he's on the pitch, what we saw was that the offense was actually flowing through him. For the first time in years, Messi was able to take a deep breath and not have to have every attacking, not have to have every attacking play run through him and really be created and finished by Messi. You saw that from 2018, 19, 20, Now you got Ansu Fati coming in. He's really going to lighten that load for Leo, and the players trust him. He's young. He's still a bit unproven. He just hasn't had the time yet, but the players really do trust him. You can see that in their actions on the pitch, the way that they're willing to give him the ball and keep him as part of that attack, keep him as really a staple, as a pivot going from defense to offense. So I think very excited for Ansu Fati's future, particularly this year coming up. Yeah, we'll see if he keeps that hairstyle. It's very 90s. Have we talked about selling Conrad? It's upsetting wanting him to succeed, but it's understandable to have a buyback option. Reports are saying loan to Marcel with a buy option. I think if we do that, or if we sell him with a buyback option, either way, I'd be happy for that. I think if you saw him play for Barcelona, I think you gotta admit he's just not ready for the senior squad. He got in the top 18 a few times last year, but he never actually got in the starting 11, never was used as a substitute. So Dest ended up being the first American to debut for Barcelona in La Liga. It's very possible that if Conrad gets loaned out or sold with a buyback option, that he does have a future at Barcelona, but in the meantime, he can go to a club where he'll actually get some playing time and not be riding the bench, because I think he's outgrown Barcelona B, but he's not ready for the senior squad. So he's kind of in limbo there. Perfect time to be loaned out. Perfect time to maybe be sold with that buyback option. As much as I'd love to see him stay at Barcelona, we also got to think about what's best for him. Hazard's home kit's starting to grow on you. I'm holding out hope that it's going to look better on the players on the pitch. I don't think I would look good in it, but the more that I look at it, I think I agree. I think that some of the players are going to look good. When I play, I play just recreationally. It's fun. It's usually 5-on-5, 6-on-6, but I usually play somewhere in the midfield. Do I think Coleman is going to stick to a 4-2 or go back to a 4-2-3-1 or a classic 4-3-3? I think if Coleman had his option, he would do a 4-2-3-1. We saw that when he coached at Everton, but you do have to factor in the success that he saw with the 3-back. But on top of all of that, you need to consider that Laporta might be kind of twisting his arm a bit to make sure that he goes back to that classic 4-3-3. That is the Barcelona tradition, but sometimes you need to adapt. So I'm not, listen, if we're going to win with a 3-back, then keep a 3-back. We shouldn't have to go back to a 4-3-3 just because that's the way we've always done it. Maybe that doesn't fit the current competition, Maybe that's not tactically what we need to be going with. Just because 4-3-3, I hear you, Hazards, but just because it's legendary doesn't mean that we need to stick with it. Sometimes legends stay in the past. You know what I'm saying? Anytime anyone plays recreationally, they play all over the field. Fair. That is fair. We have the squad to win Champions League, just not the mentality. I'll half agree with you. I think we are a player or two away. I think we need a defensive midfielder. And then, pre-Aguero, I would say we need a striker. I think with Aguero and Depay, I think we have enough offensively. We need another midfielder that can be a little bit more defensive when needed. So I'm liking the idea of a Coutinho for Ndidi swap. However that might work out. That's a good one. We'll see. I don't know if there's anyone else that's really even on Barcelona's radar right now in terms of transfers. I know we got Depay coming in. I know there's been some talks of De Ligt, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen. I don't see that being the case. Laporte. Yeah, Laporte. We talked about Laporte on Wednesday. Donny van de Beek apparently is offering his services to Barcelona. That would be fantastic. Wouldn't hate that at all. I think we actually never even got to just searching Barcelona news and seeing what comes up. So we'll go Barcelona news real quick. Ilaish Moriba's renewal won't be easy for Barcelona. He might be asking for more than what he's worth, to be honest. He had a good debut, but then it was a little bit downhill from there. I think he has potential. He's one for the future, but I wouldn't shell out too much cash for him. Laporta talks Messi and Memphis Depay latest. I know right now Messi's fully focused on Copa America. I'm sure that's what he's saying, but we only have 12 days left on his contract, so we'll see what happens. But listen, even if the contract expires, that doesn't mean that he's going somewhere else yet. That just means his contract is expired, and he can still sign with us. New home kit, we talked about that. Coleman in Amsterdam wants Depay. Okay, I think we caught up on everything, folks. I think that's the news for today. We should get Diego Lainez. Oh, yeah, because he did so well for Betis this year. We should get more Americans who are actually doing well in Europe, particularly since America just housed Mexico in that 3-2 defeat in Nations League, and we're clearly a better country. So we should definitely get more Americans who won 14 trophies in Europe this season as opposed to Mexico, who only won 4. That's rough. Womp womp. Sorry, Ryan. I gotta tease you. Link James, good morning. Yeah, Lainez looked real good against US, but he was up against Tim Ream, who's 56 years old and runs a 12-second 40-yard dash. So you got to consider that. I don't know, dude. Sometimes people don't get a chance for a reason. You know what I mean? I had a phone call with the Real Betis manager just the other day. He called me, and I asked him specifically. I said, hey, coach, why don't you play Diego Lainez more? And he goes, he's just not that good. I know people, particularly like one of your, community members, Ryan, really likes him. But as you know, Mustache John, he's just not that good. And I said, you know what, coach? I hear you, and I trust you because you're the coach of a major club in the Liga, and you probably know better than I and Ryan as to who's good and who's not. And he said, you know what, John, I appreciate that. Thank you for your vote of confidence. And I said, no problem, coach. I'll talk to you later. Oh, shit. Stories are fun, my friends. Okay. This was a fun one. We'll call this a success. I hope you guys are familiar enough with my ranting to know that sometimes I'm just making this shit up. Just having a good time. But I also love to bring the facts. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you appreciate today's Wake Up in Barca. I certainly had a good time hanging out with everybody. Might be a rainy day here. I hope you all get some sunshine, get out there and enjoy your day. Whatever you got to take on, go have fun. All right? Find something to enjoy today. What do we got going on? I got to schedule stuff on the stream. I don't have anything scheduled right now. Wake Up in Barca is going to be every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So come back 7 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We'll do some matches over the weekend. Guys, I've got a surprise coming up on Saturday. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you turn on notifications because we're going to have some pop-up live watch-alongs, and we're also going to have some surprise uploads coming up this weekend. All right? You don't want to miss out. So subscribe, turn on those notifications. That's all you got to do to join the undefeated community, my friends. Other than that, thank you once again for tuning in and taking a ride. We'll see you next time. Mwah.